Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. In this video, we're gonna be talking about what's in my bag, my hoop shoe bag. First of all, I use the private label bag, right? So that's been my main gym bag for the past like 4 or 5 years. It's super duper nice. I have my ball in there. I can fit multiple shoes, drinks, you know, my wallet, my phone and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a large duffel bag kinda, you know what I mean? But I need it because I bring a good amount of shoes to test when I obviously go to the gym. But yeah, what's in my bag? This is my rotation, my shoe rotation. These are my favorite hoop shoes to hoop in for the past couple of weeks, right? And of course, if a shoe is not in my rotation right now, it doesn't mean it's not good. These are just the shoes that I've been wanting to play in and that are just extremely freaking nice. So it does change periodically, you know what I mean? Like what's in my rotation, because my tastes do change a little bit. I feel like the main factor, of course, is cushion, right? And like previous what's in my bag videos, it would be like, oh, I want a responsive setup, I want a little bit more cushion, you know what I mean? I mean, companies have been improving their cushion a lot lately, right? And like the tech has been getting so dang good, and even in their cheaper shoes, shoe companies are giving us pretty dang good cushion. You know what I mean? So right now, it's not really a huge discrepancy between like a responsive cushioning setup versus like a really soft cushioning setup where I want a little bit more impact protection. It's more just like, it's just like the cushioning setups are all really good for like everything. You know, it has good court feel while still having good underfoot cushion, impact protection, and a little bit of bounce. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's a little bit of a difference, just a tiny bit, but all these shoes, of course, are really great performers, especially for guards, because, you know, I'm a guard and I'm a little quicker than most people, I would say, or like kind of shiftier, I guess, you know. So if you guys do want to get any of these shoes, I try to leave in the free link in the description box, and it does help me out if you choose to get any of these shoes, if you buy it through the free link in the description box, or I try to leave product pictures underneath this video or links right over here. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the support. It'll probably be in my link tree as well. But yeah, let's get it started off with the Wade 8084 Ultra. This shoe is freaking phenomenal, and I definitely feel like it is an upgrade from the 3 because it has better impact protection for some reason, right? So for the 8083 Ultra and also the regular 8083, the impact protection, like on harder impacts, wasn't the best, right? Boom, of course, is super duper soft, and when I was doing harder impacts, it would really compress the boom and my foot would hit the floor. I could feel it hitting the floor a little bit, which would hurt my foot just a tiny bit, especially on like heel strikes. But maybe it's because it feels like, I mean, when I compare the thickness, it feels pretty similar, but maybe it's a little bit thicker, I don't know, for the boom, right? But yeah, the 884 Ultra is using a drop-in midsole. The impact protection is still really good. Underfoot cushion and step-in cover is really nice because it is a drop-in midsole. Right? Your foot is right on top of that boom, while still having really good core feel, especially here in the forefoot. The only thing I don't like about the shoe is that it's a little bit clunky, right? Just a tiny bit here in the heel, but I mean, literally all Kobe's are like that. The Kobe 11 is like that, the Kobe 9. I don't mind it too much, especially since, you know, coming here into the forefoot, we have a nice rocker shape and we have a good amount of forefoot flex with a very nice springy, like spring back, you know what I mean? So it does give you a little bit of springiness as well, while having top tier traction, of course. And the upper is actually really thin, especially here in the toe box, but the overall shoe is like really supportive too, right? It just blends all that really well together. So yeah, this is a really nice overall performer, which I've really been enjoying playing in. It's just a great shoe, and I definitely feel like most people will enjoy it. If you're a guard, you'll enjoy it. If you're a bigger dude, you'll enjoy it as well because it has adequate support with good cushion, right? And also, another thing that I really love about this shoe is the improved lockdown because of the drop-in midsole, right? So if you look closely at the top of the drop-in, you have really fine grooves. And with these grooves, it like grabs your sock and improves the lockdown as well. So even if the shoe is a little bit roomy on you, it doesn't really, like for me, it doesn't really affect the shoe performance because my foot is still really locked into the shoe. So yeah, I love this shoe, and some of the colorways that are coming out are really nice. Like this one's pretty dope, but I really like the black and white color that I have, as well as the Aurora one. The Aurora one's dope, and also there's like a gold and white one which looks great. So yeah, do not sleep on this shoe. This is a phenomenal performer, right? Next, of course, we got, if I want something a little bit smoother, then I pick the Sabrina 2, right? So this has the best court feel, I would say, out of any shoe that you can get, while still having pretty nice cushion, right? So for example, like the GT Hustle Academy has really good court feel, but the cushion sucks, you know what I mean? So the Sabrina 2, it has really good core feel, but it doesn't suck for the cushion. You have nice compression here in the heel. It's soft while still having good impact protection. You have a 4-foot zoom in it, which is also pretty dang nice. But the freaking traction is freaking phenomenal. You have top tier traction. It's also super freaking loud for the squeak, which of course has nothing to do with performance. But I feel like most hoopers like to know if it's squeaky or not, right? But also another difference is that this shoe is really flexible. Right here in the forefoot, it's super duper flexible and soft, and also here in the midfoot. So it's just look at this. Just a really flexible and soft feeling shoe, which of course is not a bad thing. I just feel like it's just a matter of preference. For example, here in the 808-4, it's just more sturdy, way more sturdy, especially with the carbon fiber midfoot chain plate, and also the plastic, right? That's literally full length. It's just way sturdier and also a little bit springier feeling than the Sabrina 2, which is just really, really soft, you know? While still feeling, like you can still feel extremely quick and responsive in the Sabrina 2, right? But also, this material is really soft as well. So, not the most supportive shoe, you know what I mean? It reminds me of the PG6 where it's like, it's adequate for support. You know, like I didn't have any huge issues with it or anything, but there definitely are more supportive options out there, especially for the upper, you know? But just combining like the softer kind of frame of the shoe with the softer upper, it doesn't have the greatest support. But again, like I said, it was adequate for me, and I feel like it's adequate for most people, right? But yeah, this shoe is really, really nice, especially if you're a guard, right? And I would just recommend it for guards and not like bigger dudes, of course. But yeah, Sabrina 2, I love it. The colorways that are coming out are absolutely amazing. I'm very sad that the Nike by You or the Nike ID is sold out now. Hopefully it comes back, but I feel like a lot of people order the Nike ID, right? And it's super cheap. It's only $160. And if you look at the Zoom Freak 5 or the Giannis Freak 5, it's only $155, which that actually retails for $140, right? So it's only $15 more, and then you can ID it. You can customize it, which is insane. So good job on Nike. Thank you for that. But yeah, Sabrina 2 is a phenomenal shoe. I love playing in the shoe. Next, we got the Donny 6. I've loved playing in this shoe. It's a little bit of a blend of the 808-4 and Sabrina 2, just a tiny bit. You know what I mean? So the traction, of course, all the shoes in my rotation have amazing traction. I need really good traction. So yeah, the Donny 6. Top tier traction. You're gonna have really freaking hard stops, but also for the heel to toe transition, it's a pretty stiff feeling shoe, right? So like here in the forefoot, we have a good amount of flex, but also it's not super like springy. You know, comparing to the 808-4, this is just, it has a nice springiness. This is just like, it's a little bit stiffer than the Sabrina 2, but it doesn't have like a springiness to it, you know, here in the forefoot. So it's a little bit different, but also we have a midfoot chain plate, of course, with the full kind of like X-shaped frame, which gives it a good kind of like stable feel, you know, a little bit stiffer feel for the overall sole of the shoe, how it feels. But also the cushion is pretty dang nice. With the Light Strike Pro, you have a little bit of compression. Like step and comfort's not the greatest, and I would say out of all the shoes in this kind of in my rotation right now, or in this video, this has the worst court feel, but it's like pretty good. You know what I mean? The court feel, I would say, is like a little bit better than average. But also another thing that I love about this shoe is like the blend of support and how thin the material is, right? So the material is really thin with this mesh material. Like it's really thin, but also it's very supportive for the overall shoe because of this plastic, right? Which is very different than the Sabrina 2. You know what I mean? It's just a really soft material, but with this, it's just plastic here that goes around. It's a pretty stiff and thick plastic, so that adds to the overall support of the shoe and upper, which feels great. You know what I mean? So you feel very supported in the shoe while still having a very minimal feel for the upper, and you just feel extremely quick because the overall cushion is responsive, right? It's not super duper soft or mushy, and also the traction, like I said, is phenomenal. So yeah, this shoe is freaking amazing. Do not sleep on it, right? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like over the years I've seen a good amount of Donovan Mitchell shoes at the gym, but I feel like that's because it usually goes on sale for like 60 bucks. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, yeah, this is an amazing shoe. And last but not least, we got the Big 3 5.0 Quick Pro. So if I want an extremely freaking quick shoe and responsive shoe, this is the shoe that I picked. You know what I mean? So this colorway is actually dead stock, so I haven't played in this one. I usually play in like the kind of like tan pink one. But yeah, this shoe is also freaking phenomenal and also is on sale, right? Normally it's like 150 bucks, I believe, but it's on sale for 130 bucks. And also the Quick, this is the Quick Pro, but also the Quick, which has a stiffer cushion, but it's still a really nice shoe, especially for guards, is 110 bucks, which is really, really good for the price, right? But yeah, the traction is top tier, if you guys didn't know, and stick with the solid rubber if you can. It has great performance on dust, so yeah, traction is phenomenal, but also the cushion is really responsive, but also it has okay, so I would say it's the most responsive cushioning setup in this entire like rotation, right, out of all of these shoes. But it still has a little bit of compression here in the heel, and once you break it in, it gets a little bit better for stepping comfort and underfoot cushion, and just a tiny bit bounce here, just a very subtle bounce, you know, just very subtle, right? Like less than the Sabrina 2 and the Dawn Issue 6. So, but it's still nice, you know what I mean? Especially with the full length quick CQ Tech Foam, right? The upper, I would say, is probably the most supportive feeling because it's kind of like a mesh material, but with like it's a little glued down, it feels like, you know, especially with the fuse and also here in the midfoot area. So it just feels a little bit more supportive than all these other shoes, right? This is just a little bit softer, right? Same thing with the Dawn Issue 6 and the Sabrina 2. So it just feels a little bit more supportive, you know what I mean? Especially with the containment here in the midfoot. Your foot's not really moving at all inside of the shoe. So yeah, it's a really nice shoe for guards, right? Very responsive, very quick feel, while still having good impact protection, you know what I mean? Because of the quick CQ Tech Foam. So yeah, this is kind of like the rotation that I've been playing in. And all these shoes are freaking phenomenal, and you can't go wrong with any of these shoes. It's just a little bit different in how it feels, of course, and yeah, like I explained in this video, right? So yeah, this is my rotation. Tell us what's in your rotation down in the comment section below. Like, what's your favorite hoop shoe, or like favorite 2 or 3 or 4 hoop shoes of this year or the past couple years? Tell us down in the comment section below. And again, if you guys do want to copy any of these shoes, I try to leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.